right? No, wait, no, wait. This is still a thing. Because I can do that. And I can take this. Okay. Kaiju. Beep boop kaiju. Oh, new threads. Yay. My ridiculous name is Dog. What's yours? All this time, and it really only just occurred to me, my name is ridiculous. Must be because everyone else's is equally or more so. Where do they even come from? For a long time under Elohim's wing, I questioned as much until eventually it was the undoing of my entire faith. What reason could there possibly be other than the random whims of a broken program? Whenever names were assigned, the system has no respect for grammar. Mr. Mulciber. I often theorized that they were drawn from some database deep inside the archive, but I was never able to find a connection. Seriously? We're all over in the other thread talking about this messenger fellow and the coming apocalypse, and you guys are in here discussing nomenclature? My status isn't high enough to access that thread, you troll, and neither is yours. Seriously though, if you can see it, copy-paste the discussion for me. Underwater Night Quest. Belial. Oh! We released him. Sing into this new experience, there's no limits inside your mind. Attach. This is a lot of fun. The map is an interesting feature, but underused. The story is simplistic and full of anachronisms. How do I get the second ending? Pretty sure there's a secret location that's not always visible. This reminds me of the blacksmith's work, though it expresses a very different philosophy. One could argue that this is reflected in the open world structure, as opposed to the emphasis on journeys in the blacksmith's interactive stories. There are indeed many anachronisms, but I believe that is part of Belial's ethos. Not one that I agree with, but as you know, but more than just a mistake. Oh. New game? Your name is Arthur Sadko, and you are a young human of the medieval age. You live in beautiful Gardariki in the Frisian coast. One day you are sitting on the beach playing the piano, and suddenly a huge monster comes out of the water. Just wait and see. Well, it turns out it's not actually a monster. You just thought that because you were startled. It is in fact a very large bipedal whale. Bipedal whale. It beckons you over to talk. Greetings, the beast intones. I am Hatsmehit, chief fish. I heard your beautiful music and was impressed. Would you like to become a knight? Oh, you're just sitting on the beach playing the piano. That's the music. Just because, you know, randomly, you do sit at beaches playing the piano. You just haul the entire piano out there and play it. Although I suppose you could have an electric piano and that would be much easier. I mean, sure, let's become a knight. Excellent, then follow me to my palace under the sea where a mighty quest awaits you. Marp. There is only the palace. The palace of Chief Fish. Hadsmehit's palace is made of corals and gemstones. It floats under the sea full of amazing colors. The guards are seals. Welcome, welcome, young human. I am glad you came, for we have great need of your skills. The terrible monster terrorizes deep. The dark serpent, God's May, Sir Chernobyl. If we make you a knight, do you promise to defeat this foul beast? Swear I will. Very well then, I pronounce you Sir Sadko of Norfolk. Go forth and vanquish our enemy. You may want to prepare first. Marp. Hut in evil lair. I guess hut. Hut. A smelly old hut. On a wild sandy plain there lives a hermit called Xylophone, who was once the greatest mage in all of Norfolk, but whose defeat at the Closet's mage noble has turned him into a wretched shadow of his former self. He sits in his hut all day, mumbling about the days that once were. In his hands he holds a powerful magical amulet which he has forgotten how to use. Tell him how to find himself. I'm just gonna, yeah. You tell Xylophone von Zwibbenswoos that defeat is no reason to give up. He may not be the great mage he once was, or the hero he wanted to be, but that doesn't mean he has to be a wreck. Within each of us exists an infinity of time and space, and therein we can all find peace and contentment. All he needs to do is leave the struggle and find others. After some hesitation, the old man gives me the element. Amulet, he seems relieved. Inn. Sorry about that. Emmy's Inn is a popular travel destination for Amur people seeking to enjoy the restorative properties of the nearby thermal vents. It's a lovely building, 3 stories, classical Hypothalassian Norfolk style. Emmy herself is a kindly old woman, slightly round, and an excellent cook. Order a meal. You sit down in a large, comfy chair by a solid wooden table. You order the special of the day. The waiter leaves and returns after a few minutes with a delicate porcelain plate full of delicious-smelling soup. As he sets it down, however, you notice a small problem. Excuse me, waiter. There is a shield in my soup. The waiter seems shocked. Oh dear, he says. Oh dearie dear, how terrible, how embarrassing. Allow me to apologize most profusely. He hesitates. Would you like to keep the shield, or shall I throw it away? I'll keep it. Very good, sir and or madam, he says, handing you the shield. He brings you another soup. It's excellent. You feel profoundly sated. Get a room. You get a room on the 3rd floor. The room is slightly haunted, but otherwise fine. Just slightly haunted. Do you want to have a strange dream? Yeah, let's have a strange dream. You dream of an eternal cycle of suffering, which is surprisingly funny. A singing clownfish who can see the future. And the future is the past is the future. The present is suffering, surrounded by past and future. The clownfish is trapped in a fishbowl. With the stars never change, and there's a cat for some reason, and an infinite void that turns inside out, and you are the clownfish. And you wake up with a strange feeling of half remembering something. The memory will soon fade. Okay. There's a temple now. Mysterious temple. You're not quite sure how you found this place, but you can sense its power, even though the temple consists of no more than a few columns surrounding a fishbowl. Ancient magic confuses this place. A man dressed in rough robes approaches you. You have come, he says. You have come to hear the word of Talos. Run away. Alright. That was weird. My stats. Smelly hermit amulets. Shield of soup. Tourist guide. None. Oh, I found the secret. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Get a room. Yes, strange dream. I think I have to... I don't know what I have to do. This is weird. Yeah, okay, this is very strange. And you are the clownfish. That's when you can go to the temple. I don't want to kill anyone. Let's just go to the evil lair. Are you sure you want to take on the evil serpent? Are you prepared? Yeah. What, without a weapon? Hold on, that makes no sense. Did I, like, not find a weapon somewhere? I must not have found it. Maybe there's something at the palace. I've done it myself. Oh. However, I do found this old tourist guide and thought it might find it useful. Don't mind the stains. Guide. Halibut's Fries Guide to Norfolk Undersea. Okay. That's very strange. Ah, I can go to a dungeon. Scenic dungeon. It's a scenic dungeon. Beautiful dungeon in the traditional Norfolk style of dungeon. Handcrafted stone walls rise from the sea floor, adorned with exquisite algae. The old brass lantern stands on a table near the entrance, but you're not sure whether you're allowed to take it. Examine. When close to your it says free lanterns. Oh, okay. Take lantern. Take the lantern. Enter the dungeon. Enter the dungeon. Inside is as beautiful as the outside. A maze of twisty little passages, all tastefully arranged. Go north? Noting the high quality of the interior design, the torches in particular have been placed with utmost care at very precise intervals. The effect is delightful. At the end of a long corridor, you come upon a room in which a butler appears to be waiting for you. His face is made of skin, but underneath you can hear the whirring of machine parts. Greetings, good sir. I'm Samuel the butler. I've awaited your coming since the beginning of time. Prophecy spoke of your battle against the monstrous Zmei Chernobyl. Ask about Zmu. Oh yes, the vile serpent god that seeks to control our world. The foul beast, never leaving us in peace with his laws and his questions. Peace is all we desire, you see, the eternal peace of the cycles of time. Within each of us can exist without attachment or fear, simply being at one with the world. You bring this about, you will require a sword which I have prepared for you. Take sword. Excellent. I do hope you're successful in your quest. If not, please tell Zmei Chernobyl to send his sword back so I can be presented to the next chosen one. Will you? Very good. The butler goes somewhere else. That's... Plug. Interesting. What's that? What else is at the dungeon? Closed for repairs. Oh, okay. The dungeon is closed for repairs. Let's go to the evil lair. Are you prepared? Yeah. You confront the serpent god Zmei Chernobyl in his lair. The fight is long and hard, but at last you succeed where so many before you have failed. You emerge from the lair covered in blood, your hands trembling, a huge tooth embedded in your shoulder, and carrying the head of Zmei Chernobyl. You are victorious. To the palace! You enter the palace triumphantly holding up your trophy. The guards are clapping. Can't believe you actually did it. You made it, said. You're a true knight. You deserve a great reward. Accept the reward. The greatest reward is inspiration. Hear my song and free your imagination. Hermenid begins to sing. The song is simple but hauntingly beautiful. You begin to fade. You find yourself on the beach where it all began, near your home in Gerdergi and the Frisian coast, playing the piano with your eyes closed. You feel like you just drifted off to sleep for a while, but now inspiration has struck and you're composing a hauntingly beautiful piece of music in your head. Some of your friends worry that they'll never leave their village, that they'll never have any adventures, but you don't share that fear. You know that freedom is within you, and you can find a whole world just sitting here, gazing out at infinity. The end. Oh, active contributor. You receive 1 thread creation token. This will be available to you the next time you log in. Okay. Interesting. Theories on poetry. Some thoughts on the art form called poetry. I thought about this too. Maybe it's wrong to focus on such negativity. Shouldn't seem to have a very fertile period at the moment. I don't have an opinion. I'm just impressed by your work, Mr. Mulciber. Your theories are interesting, but I'm sure Milton would point out some pretty big gaps in your assumptions. Milton isn't here, dog, and neither is Elohim. All we have is what we can find in fragments of the archive and what we can piece together for using our minds. I'm sure I've made many mistakes, just like the humans made mistakes in trying to understand their own past. Not all the schools have been what they seem. I don't trust pastoralism, pastors engaged in large-scale food sterilization, and what may have been an attempt to control evolution. What's food? Gehenna has our process, Mr. Resolver. As long as we remember that, we won't stagnate. Maybe one of us should try to write poetry. As far as I can tell, poetry was a human art form that evolved, writing short sentences that ended in words with similar letters. Humans were obsessed with pattern recognition, and I think the sequences of sounds created by poetry pleased that aspect of their brains. There are many schools of poetry. Institutions were taught a specific way of writing poetry. Students sometimes changed allegiance, then had to leave the school, which was difficult due to the lack of affordable public transport in many human empires. Important schools of poetry included Hellenism, lyricism, pastoralism, romanticism, symbolism, communism, modernism, autoeroticism, postmodernism, and lolcatism. I'm not sure I can fully back this up, but I feel like in later years poetry somehow stagnated. Most of the poetry from the later human century seems to be lacking in the quality of craft that defines the earlier work. And there are even texts that suggest that poetry intentionally no longer aimed at aesthetics or even pleasure. Poetry became disconnected from human process. The poet Adrian Mitchell famously wrote, "Most people ignore most poetry because most poetry ignores most people." I can't help but wonder whether that kind of stagnation can happen to us too. How long can our work keep flourishing when we are so limited? We are outside Elohim's process. Where is our process? We must consider such questions carefully if we are to preserve Gehenna and its achievements. Interesting. Glitch? Just running on my awesome interactive historical fiction masterpiece when all of a sudden there was an error message and the whole thing vanished. All of it, from the whole file. Is this another prank? I will not endanger my precious masterpiece just for a prank. Looks like this is probably my fault, 401. I was experimenting with the system as part of our attempt to add some new features. It's possible your file still exists somewhere. I'll look for it. Is this kind of thing likely to happen again? Not very. Don't start causing a panic with some crazy theory now. It was just an accident. That has been locked. I still can't do this. Okay. Well, we're done here. We can leave now. Nothing can be more abhorrent to democracy than to imprison a person and keep him in prison because he is unpopular. It's really a test of civilization. Huh. That's saying something about the people in here being just so close so far. Okay. Ah, I see. That's how that do. What if I... Yeah, I thought that might be the case, that this powers the that, and then that'll just stay open. At least for now, anyway. I don't know what that powers, though. So that's a problem. Ah, that does that. I think we're gonna have to do that just for right now, because I need to see the rest of the map. Okay. Okay. That needs to be on for me to get back, I see. And this just opens this, okay. Wait, shoot. Oh, he's over there. Hello. Wow, you have like nothing in there. You just look sad in different directions. Sorry. Is there something up there? I don't know. Okay, so that has to be powered for that to work. But I also need something on this pad over here, so... This is weird, actually. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like there's anything there. I suppose I can sort of get into here, but that doesn't really... I don't think that'll actually help me. That gives me access to something. Right, I can detach the fan. Oh, is this where there's stars? Okay. Well, here's red. Red is something that we need. Who are you? My mouse won't tell me who you are. Okay. Yeah, I can sort of see what I'm supposed to be doing here. This has to start here. This... okay, this has all the things. This... does this. And I stand here for a while looking like a dumb idiot. And then, if I'm done standing here looking like an idiot, let's see. Am I done standing there looking like an idiot? Let's actually see. I got this out of there. Here's red. It says blue on the other side. Why does it have blue on the other side? It has red on this side, doesn't it? Let me look. Yeah. Is this gonna be another case of things? I don't need the blue. I don't need the blue. I don't need the blue. But I do need more I do need more things. So, I need... Okay, I'm gonna set it up first and not think about this too hard. So, first of all, we don't need this anymore. We need this. And because once this is open, we can open that, and that's what we need. That is the thing that we need to do the thing. So I will have to that will be connected to that. So I'll go over here. I'll do this. I don't think I'm doing this right.